Hummingbirds stand as one of the most extraordinary examples of aerial acrobatics in the animal kingdom. These tiny birds, found mainly in the Americas, are not only capable of hovering in place with precision but are also the only known birds able to fly backwards and upside down. To fully appreciate this exceptional ability, we must first explore the underlying mechanics of their flight, which represent a remarkable divergence from the flight patterns of all other birds. The first key to understanding hummingbirds' unique flight capability lies in their wing structure and movement mechanics. Unlike most birds, whose wings follow a traditional up and down motion to generate lift, hummingbirds employ a distinct figure-8 wingbeat pattern. This allows them to generate lift during both the upward and downward strokes of their wings. By rapidly rotating their wings in a plane that is almost perpendicular to their body, they create a powerful vortex of air that sustains their position in the air. This means that, in a hovering position, they are not just hovering passively, they are actively creating airflow that keeps them suspended, essentially riding the vortex of air they generate themselves. Hummingbirds' ability to fly backwards is a direct result of their specialized wing movement. When they fly forward, their wings generate thrust in one direction, propelling them forward. However, in order to fly backwards, the bird simply alters the angle of its wings during the downstroke and upstroke, shifting the flow of air backwards. The bird does not need to reverse its flight direction in the traditional sense. By maintaining the high speed, rapid wing movements, the bird can continue to generate enough lift to counteract its forward motion, enabling it to fly in reverse. This is unlike any other bird, which must generate forward momentum to reverse course, rather than changing the direction of the force itself. The ability to fly upside down is similarly tied to the hummingbird's incredible control over its wing motion. While it may seem impossible for any bird to defy gravity in this way, the hummingbird's specialized flight mechanics make it possible. To fly upside down, a hummingbird uses the same techniques that allow it to hover or fly backwards. However, the bird must adjust its body angle and wing position in such a way that it generates lift in the opposite direction. Essentially, the bird is able to adjust the aerodynamic forces acting on its body by controlling the angle of attack, the speed of its wing beats, and the overall shape of its wings. This allows it to generate sufficient lift to overcome gravity and remain suspended, even when its body is oriented in the opposite direction. Such remarkable flight capabilities are not merely a matter of structural adaptation. They are the result of evolutionary pressures that have shaped the hummingbird's biology over millions of years. The evolution of flight in birds generally, and hummingbirds specifically, is a tale of adaptation to specialized niches in nature. The hummingbird's ability to hover, fly backwards, and maneuver with such precision is directly tied to its feeding habits. These birds primarily feed on nectar from flowers, and their aerial acrobatics allow them to remain stationary while feeding, minimizing the effort required to extract nectar from hard-to-reach flowers. In a sense, their flight mechanics have been honed to suit their dietary needs, enabling them to access food sources that would otherwise be difficult to reach. This precision in flight is further enhanced by the musculature and energy requirements of hummingbirds. Unlike other birds that use primarily large flight muscles to power their wings, hummingbirds rely on rapid, small muscle contractions to achieve their high-speed wing beats. Their heart rate, for instance, can exceed 1,200 beats per minute during flight, reflecting the extraordinary amount of energy required for such maneuvers. This energy output is necessary to sustain the rapid, controlled movements of their wings, which are beating up to 80 times per second in some species. To support this intense energy expenditure, hummingbirds have evolved a metabolism that is remarkably efficient at converting food into energy, allowing them to maintain their rapid flight while feeding. Interestingly, the hummingbird's flight capabilities also influence its neurological system. The bird's brain must process and react to vast amounts of sensory input in real time, allowing the bird to make precise adjustments to its flight path. Hummingbirds have an extraordinary capacity for spatial awareness and visual processing, which is vital when navigating in 3 dimensions at such high speeds. Their eyes are capable of detecting movement and tracking objects at a level of detail that exceeds that of most other birds, which is essential for maintaining control in flight and maneuvering in tight spaces. This rapid processing is facilitated by a large portion of their brain being dedicated to visual processing. A feature that highlights how closely linked their flight abilities are to their sensory systems. Given the exceptional flight capabilities of hummingbirds, scientists have turned to them as models for developing new technologies in aerodynamics and robotics. In fact, research into the biomechanics of hummingbird flight has already led to innovations in the development of micro-aerial vehicles, MAVs, small flying robots designed to mimic the agility and efficiency of hummingbirds. These MAVs are being studied for a variety of applications, ranging from surveillance and monitoring in difficult-to-reach areas to search and rescue operations. The hummingbird's ability to fly with precision in all directions, including hovering in place, is a key feature being replicated in robotic flight systems, as engineers work to develop machines that can operate in confined spaces and move with extreme agility. In this way, the humble hummingbird, often seen as an emblem of beauty and grace in nature, is helping to pave the way for cutting-edge technological advancements. As we look to the future, the study of hummingbirds and their flight mechanics will continue to shed light on the complex relationship between biology and technology. The unique abilities of these birds challenge our understanding of flight dynamics and force us to rethink the ways in which aerodynamics can be applied, both in nature and in engineered systems. The hummingbird's unparalleled agility serves as a testament to the power of evolution to shape creatures in ways that maximize efficiency and survival, and its lessons are being applied in both scientific research and technological innovation. In the grander context of evolutionary biology, hummingbirds are a shining example of nature's ability to innovate and adapt to niche environments. Their extraordinary flight skills are the culmination of millions of years of evolutionary fine-tuning, allowing them to perform feats that no other bird can match. The unique abilities of hummingbirds reflect the complexity of the natural world and the ongoing interplay between structure, function, and environmental adaptation. As research into their flight capabilities deepens, we may continue to uncover new and surprising insights into the natural world, offering inspiration for future technological developments and deepening our understanding of the wonders of evolution. Beyond the remarkable mechanics of hovering and directional flight, hummingbirds also demonstrate extraordinary adaptations in their physiology and energy management, which are essential for sustaining such feats. Unlike most birds, their metabolism is uniquely adapted to support the intense demands of rapid wing beats. To maintain hovering and agile flight, hummingbirds consume energy at an astonishing rate, often ingesting nectar equivalent to their body weight multiple times a day. This energy intake is converted with remarkable efficiency into the muscular power required for their high-speed wing movements, a process that relies on specialized mitochondrial density in their flight muscles. The muscles themselves are highly oxidative, allowing continuous contraction without rapid fatigue, which is critical for prolonged hovering or backward flight. In addition to energy metabolism, the hummingbird's cardiovascular system is exceptionally adapted to sustain these activities. Their hearts are proportionally large relative to body size, pumping blood at rates that can exceed 1,200 beats per minute during intense activity. This ensures a constant and rapid supply of oxygen and nutrients to the flight muscles, which is necessary not only for sustained movement but also for quick directional changes. Such adaptations are unparalleled among birds and reflect a precise evolutionary solution to the demands of an aerial lifestyle that combines both power and finesse. Furthermore, their small body size and low weight reduce inertia, enabling instantaneous responses to environmental cues, such as the approach of a predator or the swaying of a flower in the wind. Hummingbirds also possess highly specialized respiratory systems to support these metabolic needs. Their lungs are highly efficient at oxygen exchange, with a dense network of air sacs that maximize the surface area for gas diffusion. This allows for rapid oxygen uptake to sustain the energy-intensive wing beats. The integration of respiratory, cardiovascular, and muscular systems in hummingbirds represents a level of physiological coordination that enables not just flight, but extreme maneuvers such as flying backwards, upside down, and hovering with pinpoint precision. Another key aspect of hummingbird flight is their neurological precision. Their brains are optimized for rapid sensory processing, enabling fine-tuned control over wing positioning and motion. Visual acuity is critical for navigating complex environments, locating flowers, and avoiding obstacles mid-flight. Hummingbirds can process visual information at an extremely high rate, which allows them to react to movements faster than many predators or competitors. The coordination between the visual system and flight muscles ensures that every micro-adjustment in wing angle or body orientation translates into precise movement, even at speeds that would overwhelm the sensory processing of most other birds. Additionally, hummingbirds exhibit behavioral adaptations that complement their anatomical and physiological traits. For instance, their flight patterns are tightly linked to foraging strategies. By hovering in place, they can access nectar from flowers that might be physically unreachable to other animals. The ability to fly backwards or upside down allows them to approach flowers from unconventional angles, reducing competition and maximizing feeding efficiency. These flight strategies are not random, they reflect a complex understanding of spatial relationships and the optimization of energy expenditure. By minimizing unnecessary movement and controlling their position with precision, hummingbirds balance the extreme energy costs of their flight with the high caloric gains from nectar consumption. Environmental factors also shape hummingbird flight capabilities. Wind, temperature, and altitude all impose additional constraints on their energy usage and maneuverability. At high altitudes, for example, oxygen availability decreases, challenging the bird's cardiovascular and muscular systems. Hummingbirds living in mountainous regions have adapted by increasing hemoglobin efficiency and muscle oxygen utilization. Similarly, in windy environments, their agility allows them to maintain stability while feeding, demonstrating not only mechanical skill but also an acute awareness of environmental conditions. Finally, the hummingbird's reproductive behaviors further highlight the evolutionary significance of its flight capabilities. Males often perform elaborate aerial displays to attract mates, flying in rapid loops, dives, and reversals that require the same precision as their foraging maneuvers. These behaviors are energetically costly, yet the birds perform them consistently, suggesting that their flight abilities are not just functional but also a key component of sexual selection. The combination of physiological, neurological, and behavioral adaptations enables hummingbirds to excel in ways that are unmatched by any other bird, reinforcing their status as the ultimate aerial acrobats of the natural world. Beyond their physical and behavioral adaptations, hummingbirds exhibit remarkable ecological and evolutionary strategies that are deeply intertwined with their flight abilities. Their capacity for agile and precise movement allows them to exploit niches that other birds cannot, creating complex interactions with the plants they pollinate. Hummingbirds are among the few bird species that serve as specialized pollinators, and their unique flight mechanics directly influence the evolutionary trajectories of flowering plants. Many flowers have evolved tubular shapes, bright colors, and specific orientations to accommodate the hovering and backward flight of hummingbirds. This coevolution illustrates a sophisticated ecological relationship in which the bird's flight capabilities shape, and are shaped by, the environment around them. The ability to maintain exact positioning mid-air ensures efficient pollen transfer, allowing both plant and bird populations to thrive in a mutually beneficial system. Migration patterns of hummingbirds further reveal how their flight skills intersect with survival strategies. Unlike larger migratory birds, hummingbirds must balance long-distance travel with the enormous energy demands of hovering. Some species travel thousands of kilometers annually, relying on stopover sites rich in nectar to refuel. Their capability for backward and upside-down flight is crucial in accessing food resources in unpredictable environments, especially in densely vegetated areas where maneuverability dictates whether a bird can successfully feed or escape predation. The integration of precise flight with strategic energy management allows them to undertake these challenging journeys, demonstrating a level of ecological adaptation that is unprecedented among small avian species. Hummingbirds also demonstrate fascinating cognitive abilities that are closely linked to their flight precision. Research has shown that these birds can remember specific locations of flowers, the timing of nectar replenishment, and the most efficient flight paths to conserve energy. This spatial memory requires an exceptional neural architecture capable of integrating visual input, proprioception, and environmental mapping in real time. Unlike other birds that may rely on instinct or simple patterns, hummingbirds exhibit a problem-solving approach to foraging, optimizing their flight trajectories to minimize effort while maximizing reward. Their capacity to plan movements in three-dimensional space reflects a complex interaction between cognition, sensory processing, and motor control, highlighting that their remarkable flight is as much a product of intelligence as of anatomy. The social dimension of hummingbird flight further distinguishes them from other avian species. While generally solitary, hummingbirds exhibit territorial behaviors that are intimately connected to their aerial abilities. Males, in particular, defend rich nectar sources against rivals, often engaging in aggressive aerial displays that showcase their agility, speed, and endurance. These contests are not merely physical confrontations, they serve as indicators of fitness, with flight performance directly influencing reproductive success. The ability to execute backward flight, rapid reversals, and sudden vertical maneuvers provide strategic advantages in territorial disputes, demonstrating that the evolution of flight has a social and reproductive component in addition to feeding efficiency. Hummingbirds' interactions with predators also reflect the ecological importance of their unique flight capabilities. Being small and highly visible, they are vulnerable to a range of predators, including larger birds, snakes, and insects. However, their extraordinary maneuverability allows them to evade threats that would trap less agile birds. The ability to hover, change direction instantaneously, and even fly upside down enables them to exploit escape routes that others cannot access. This defensive advantage has likely contributed to the survival of various hummingbird species over evolutionary timescales, further reinforcing the link between flight specialization and adaptive success. Moreover, the sensory ecology of hummingbirds complements their flight capabilities. They have specialized vision tuned to detect ultraviolet light, which enhances their ability to locate flowers and navigate through complex habitats. Their flight precision is not only a product of muscular control but also of heightened sensory input that allows them to anticipate environmental variables. By combining visual acuity, rapid neural processing, and motor skill, hummingbirds operate as highly integrated systems in which sensory information directly informs flight adjustments. This integration demonstrates that their flight is not an isolated physical trait but a holistic expression of evolutionary adaptation involving multiple systems working in concert. Finally, hummingbirds also illustrate principles of energy economics and ecology. Their flights are highly costly in terms of calories, yet they are remarkably efficient in converting food into motion, largely due to their ability to exploit microenvironments that offer dense, high-quality nectar sources. This efficiency, combined with their capacity for sophisticated flight maneuvers, allows them to occupy ecological niches that would otherwise remain unexploited. The combination of behavioral strategies, physiological specialization, and ecological intelligence ensures that hummingbirds are not only aerial acrobats but also highly effective survivors in diverse and often competitive environments. As we continue to explore the hummingbird's extraordinary flight capabilities, it becomes clear that these birds represent a unique intersection of biomechanics, evolutionary innovation, and ecological significance. Their specialized flight abilities have also contributed to the development of biomimicry in modern engineering. Researchers studying the precise, rapid movements of hummingbirds have drawn inspiration from their aerodynamics to design more efficient flying robots and aircraft. The hummingbird's remarkable hovering capability, along with its ability to fly backwards and upside down, offers insights into creating machines that can maneuver in complex environments with great agility. Roboticists and engineers have already begun applying these principles to design micro-aerial vehicles, small drones capable of performing intricate maneuvers in tight spaces, much like the hummingbird does in nature. The study of hummingbird flight has led to a deeper understanding of unsteady aerodynamics, the forces at play during non-constant dynamic motion. Unlike traditional aircraft, which rely on steady, unidirectional airflow over their wings, hummingbirds rely on rapid, complex wing movements that create vortices of air. These vortices provide the lift and thrust necessary for hovering, reversing, and intricate aerial maneuvers. Such fluid dynamics have been difficult to replicate in machines, but by studying how hummingbirds use these forces to control their movement, scientists are making strides in developing flapping wing drones that more closely mimic biological flight patterns. These developments hold promise for applications in search and rescue, surveillance, and even military operations where precision, agility, and adaptability are paramount. in addition to their influence on technology, hummingbirds also play an essential role in the study of neural control of movement. The neurological demands of hummingbird flight are immense, and researchers are exploring how their brains coordinate such rapid, complex movements. The hummingbird's ability to simultaneously process sensory input, control rapid muscle contractions, and adjust wing angles in real-time challenges our understanding of motor control. This process involves high-level brain regions that integrate sensory data from the eyes, proprioception, sense of body position, and vestibular systems, balance. The brain must then issue commands to the flight muscles with incredible precision to ensure stability and control at such high speeds. Understanding how the hummingbird's brain accomplishes these tasks could have profound implications for improving neural prosthetics and enhancing the control systems of flying robots. At a broader level, the evolutionary history of hummingbirds presents a fascinating story of natural selection and adaptation. Their flight mechanics are not only a result of the bird's size and anatomy but also a product of long-term evolutionary pressures that shape their physical traits and behavior. Hummingbirds evolved from a common ancestor with other birds, but their specialized flight abilities likely developed in response to specific ecological challenges. As nectar-feeding specialists, they required an efficient means of accessing food from flowers that were often high in energy but low in other nutrients. Their flight precision allowed them to exploit these food sources without the need for long migrations or hunting. This unique feeding strategy likely gave hummingbirds an evolutionary edge, as it enabled them to thrive in environments where other birds could not. One of the key adaptive features of hummingbird flight is their wing structure. The ball and socket joint where the wing meets the body allows for an incredibly wide range of motion. This flexibility, combined with a unique muscle arrangement that enables independent rotation of the upper and lower parts of the wing, allows hummingbirds to execute highly specialized wing beats. In fact, their wings can beat in an almost 360-degree arc, a motion that provides both lift and thrust in all directions. This wing flexibility is unparalleled in the avian world, and it allows hummingbirds to fly in ways that no other bird can match. In contrast, the majority of other birds rely on fixed wing structures that are better suited for sustained flight but limit their ability to perform the intricate maneuvers required for hovering or flying backwards. The hummingbird's ability to adapt to climate and geography has also contributed to its widespread distribution. While they are most commonly associated with the Americas, particularly in tropical and subtropical regions, some species are found as far north as Alaska during migration and in temperate climates. Their flight efficiency allows them to thrive at various elevations, from lowland rainforests to high-altitude mountain slopes. In some cases, hummingbirds have even been observed to migrate across long distances, navigating through varying climates and weather conditions, a feat that highlights their incredible stamina and aerodynamic capabilities. During migration, they rely on stopover sites, locations rich in nectar sources, where they refuel in preparation for their long journeys. This high level of flight endurance is yet another example of how hummingbirds' flight mechanics have evolved to meet specific survival needs. Moreover, climate change is posing new challenges and opportunities for hummingbirds as they adjust their migratory patterns and feeding behaviors. The alteration of flowering seasons, shifts in the availability of nectar, and changes in the timing of migration could impact the way hummingbirds interact with their environments. However, due to their adaptability, they may also be better equipped than other species to adjust to these changes, provided that their habitats remain intact. The hummingbird's sensitivity to environmental cues, such as temperature and the blooming cycles of plants, allows them to remain highly attuned to the rhythms of nature, and their flight precision may help them navigate the altered landscapes of the future. On a broader ecological scale, the hummingbird's flight abilities underscore their importance in maintaining ecosystem health. As pollinators, they play a crucial role in the reproduction of many species of flowering plants. Their ability to fly backwards, hover with precision, and fly upside down ensures that they can access a wide range of flowers, some of which are too deep or inaccessible for other pollinators. This diversity of flight capabilities enables hummingbirds to pollinate a variety of plant species, contributing to the genetic diversity and resilience of ecosystems. Without hummingbirds, the delicate balance between plant and pollinator populations could be disrupted, potentially leading to cascading effects in food webs and ecosystem services. In conclusion, the hummingbird's extraordinary flight abilities represent the pinnacle of avian evolution, blending intricate physiology with ecological necessity. From their complex wing mechanics to their ability to adapt to shifting environments, hummingbirds are a testament to the power of natural selection in shaping organisms for specialized roles within ecosystems. Their influence on technology, particularly in the field of aerodynamics and robotics, is just one example of how the study of nature can inspire human innovation. As we continue to study these remarkable birds, we gain not only insights into their survival strategies but also broader lessons in adaptability, precision, and the interconnectedness of all living things. Their unique flight capabilities remind us of the marvels that can arise when biology and physics converge, opening up new avenues for exploration and discovery.